Hello, everybody. Just about ready to get started. So I believe we have now basically picked an ending, to my understanding. So we're going to play through whatever the final portion of Aviary Attorney is for our particular playthrough. And I'm thinking next time we'll kind of go through and see what happens in terms of exploring some of the other endings. I'm definitely curious which one chat will end up liking the most. But for now, let's boot into the game. That is not what I meant to do. Oh no. I've done something I did not want to do. How do I get rid of this? Oh no, chat. I hit big screen mode by accident. Do I just power it off? I honestly don't think I've ever done that before. I'm not really sure how I even entered that mode. Well, this is awkward. Now Steam is updating, because of course it is. Bird is the word. Welcome, Calvisham. I entered big screen mode, Calvisham, and I have no idea how to get out of it, and it was giving me like 12 tutorials, and I'm like, listen, I just don't want this open. I don't even know how I entered it, and it was like just too many notifications. Yeah. I'm not even sure what I did to launch it, to be honest. Let's try this one more time. Sorry about that. Yeah, it is like when I clicked on the game, I don't... Oh, when I went to minimize in the store, it launched it. Okay, that now makes more sense to me, because I was like, how did I accidentally do that? Crazy. Oh, silly me picking up my controller like we're using it for this game. We're off to a great start, by the way. I believe we have escaped the clutches of the rebels. Oh man, oh man! You kicked so much derriere at that impromptu trial yesterday. Those rebels were all like... We're executing this punk mob justice. Rah rah rah! You were all like... This isn't how we do things in France, chicken pluckers. And then they were all like... Sparrows, it's serious for a moment. You love the horrible hands. Serious? You just pulled off the craziest luring move in the history of French law. We should be celebrating. Don't have time to pull out the champagne. Didn't you see the anger in the rebels' eyes? Didn't you feel the tension in the air? Just days away from violence breaking out onto the streets. Hmm? Oh, yeah, I guess another revolution might be around the corner. What exactly can we do? We already told the police everything we know. Unless... You're not thinking of arming yourself to the teeth and fighting the rebel forces yourself, are you? What? No. You've watched far too many action operas instead of soap operas? That's something else. Thinking of preparing a legal case. A case? For whom? Their core. All historical revolution centers on trials. Nations' rulers are tried and held accountable for their crimes. But you saw the horrendous trial that took place last night. Nobody cares about due process when emotions are running high. Regardless of the outcome of the revolution, we need to make sure that everybody has an equal opportunity for justice. That makes sense. So what's the plan? Head to Quinnell's Tavern and hand out some business cards? Think bigger. Who will the rebels target? The king? Exactly. The Police Royale. Act 4B. I don't know how to say that. Egalite. Again, we're going through all of the French words. Like, I'm pretty sure it means equality. Like, given what is being talked about there, I'm assuming that's what that means. Falcon and Sparrowson rushed to the Police Royale to arrange a private audience with the king. Again, they're testing my ability to recognize roots of words, similar words. Otherwise, I'm like, if it doesn't meet equality, I have no idea, chat. You're gonna have to correct me. Oh, oops. Silly me, I clicked off the screen. Again, off to a great start. After filing in the pile of forms. Oh. Oh, after filing in a pile. It is after filing in a pile of forms. I don't like the way that's constructed, but that's technically correct. The two are led to a waiting area. Are you here to see the king? Oh, beck and call. Are we gonna get another duck soldier, I guess? We'll see. That's right. Okay, take a number and wait to be called. Take a number. Yep, just wait your turn. Oh, you can't just surprise me with suddenly Vulture over here. Name is it? More fools who've come to see the king. Let me guess, lawyers. That's right. How did you... Hey, I know you. You're the Prime Minister. Monsieur Gizit. Wow. You're right, Sparrowson. It's an honor to meet you, Prime Minister. Egg-shaped indeed. Spare the formalities. You two are here to offer the king legal aid, aren't you? Yep. We're gonna offer him assistance for the upcoming rebellion. Power. Indeed. We've redeemed the Eggbird. I give you a word of advice. Don't bother. Excuse me? The king doesn't take kindly to any form of criticism. He buries his head so far in the sand that one could swear he's an ostrich. One would think that 7 assassination attempts would be enough for a man to learn that he is detested. With all due respect, Prime Minister. I think the King of France is mature enough to not let his ego get in the way of senses. Well, we're going to jail. Right, chat? This is like minutes before disaster. We're getting jailed. We're gonna live the life of like every Tales protagonist. Listen, chat. It'll be like, wow, all the King's royal forces are surrounding us after we came back to another planet in a foreign submarine. Surely this will go well. It has that kind of energy to be, chat. That's what it really does. No way! He's gonna throw us in jail? Yes, we did betray you, exactly. So one would think. 24! That's us. It was a pleasure meeting you, Monsieur. Good luck. You'll need it. 24! Calling number 24! Good day, Your Majesty. Good day, messieurs. Talking ... Look at him in his little rocking chair. Look at him go, Chad. He's just so happy to be here. Can I help you with something? Oh, probably should have prepared a speech beforehand. Would have been smart, huh? Just wing it. Oh, bird pun. Right, let's see. How to start. Oh, great and pious ruler, Your Majesty, listen up. Listen, chat. Listen. If we're gonna get thrown in jail anyway, we're respect over. Chat, you know what? I'm overriding. We're telling them, listen up. Listen. Listen up, Your Majesty. Got important matters to discuss. We don't have any time for any back talk. Sup, dog. How rude. Is that any way to speak to your king? A great evil has besieged your kingdom. There's a storm on the horizon, or murder is about to go down. Chat, I can't not select this option. Across the whole city, every class is getting angry. Murder's about to go down, yo. He really yo'd? Yo. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I'm just reminded of a very random clip of Batman in Justice League of, you overplayed your part, yo. That's all I'm thinking of when I see this. Such vile language. We humbly offer our aid. You need our help. We can help for a price. Listen, chat, we're going in. We're going in, chat. Let's see if we can get money from him. Sparrowson and I are Sparrowson and I are the best damn lawyers in all of France. We'd be happy to get you out of this mess. For a small fee, of course. Say, 100 francs per hour. Yeah, if we weren't going to jail before, we're definitely going to jail now. If nothing else, it should be a very entertaining game over. Louis dots us. I think I understand. You do? I feel like you guys are charlatans. God sees them. I feel like we're pretty much like 2 sentences away at this point. I understand that you're a pair of con artists attempting to screw a self-made bourgeois out of his hard-earned cash. You have some nerve to even imply that my people hate me. I am the citizen king. I am beloved by all. Beloved kings tend to experience fewer assassination attempts. Beck, have these 2 crooks thrown in jail. I mean, I was pretty close, right? Like, obviously more words were said, but like, it really was. You're a bunch of con artists, you're charlatans, and you're throwing them in jail. I would say close enough, chat. I'm gonna give myself a stamp on that one. Maybe that will teach them a thing or two about respect. Put away, your majesty. You can't be serious. Oh, he was serious. Well, this is another fine mess you've got me into. I know, wait a minute, this is a jail. There's no need for the attitude, Sparrowson. We won't be in here for long. Once we receive a court hearing, the judges will no doubt dismiss our charges instantly. And then we die. Right, chat? And how long will it take for us to get a court hearing? Tell me that, Monsieur Smarty Pants. A week or so, I'm guessing. I can see why that might be a problem. The revolution could be in full swing by then. What to do? You could try escaping. Don't be ridiculous. Nobody's ever escaped from the concierge before. But nobody's ever locked the genius Sparrowson in with his witty lackey Falcon into the same jail cell before. It's an absurd suggestion. Not any better ideas? ... Okay, let's break out of prison. We're off to a great start, chat. Oh, do we still have our money? Oh, they left us with their money. How nice of them. Fantastic. We got things to explore. I guess I'll go top left and circle around. A ledge. Give me a leg up and I can grab on and shimmy my way over somewhere. It is really funny the birds are having trouble getting up on high places because they have human hands. Let's be honest, Sparrowson. Neither of us have the physical prowess to shimmy anywhere. A fireplace. It's been bricked up. Oh, so escaping up the chimney isn't an option. A bit of scrap metal in the hole. You broke off an iron shackle. You dig through the stone walls with this, see? It's all scratchy. Jeez, these hard hands. May actually work. We had a decade or two. That's a maybe on the stone digging scheme. Well, keep it in mind in case the king decides to go all Count of Monte Cristo on us. You know what, chat? I'm gonna be honest with you and admit it. I don't think I've ever seen or read The Count of Monte Cristo. I think it's a revenge tale. I don't know if that's the one where he also was in a mask at some point. Question mark. There's not a story I really grew up with, to be honest. Monte Cristo is a revenge tale, yes. Okay, I got a general gist of it. Look, Falcon, a loose brick. Wait for a guard to transfer us to someplace, sneak up behind them, and then we get a death sentence for murder. I think not. Search a little harder. There's a little den here. None of us could hide. Hide? What would that accomplish? Well, guard would eventually come in and be like, where's the other prisoner? And we could use the momentary confusion to push him over and escape. Do you really think an experienced guard would be confused by a prisoner, hiding in a little hole in the wall? We could do better. Why don't you just ask the prosecutor to let you out? So there's nothing else for us to explore. So, I mean, inevitably he's gonna come here, right? I give up. So soon? Yes. Trying to escape from a notoriously inescapable prison. Wasn't the smartest plan we ever devised. Unknown person who I'm still convinced is the prosecutor, given that I just said that I thought it would be the prosecutor visiting us at some point. Well, well, well. That voice. That condescending tone. Just what are you two bird brains doing? Severin, are you alright? Yes, yes, I'm fine. The injuries I sustained were mostly superficial. The doctor advised me not to do anything strenuous anytime soon. He gave the all clear for returning to my job. So, tell me, why did I get a memo informing me that JJ Falcon and Sparrowson were being held in the concierge for treason? All Falcon's fault. Naturally. Figure that a revolution is inevitable. And we should do our best to ensure the uprising proceeds in an organized manner. The less bloodshed, the better. Okay, so what did you do? We offered the king our assistance, that we could defend him in court if and when such a need arises. Well, we didn't quite use those words. This isn't the first time the king has had someone in prison for something so pointless. What a pig-headed fool. Consider your charges dropped. Alright, let's get out of here. Hold on. What my interest with this idea of yours? A bloodless revolution. You're absolutely right in that, if the king is captured, citizens will devolve into an unruly mob of animals. You're already animals, though. Right, Chad? Is it just that they're unruly? Is that what the big difference is? You should prepare for a formal trial. No, you should preempt it. We? Going to help us? Of course. This isn't a task that could be handled by two burns alone. You mean by preempt, Severin? We go on the offensive. Charge the king with crimes against the French people before the rebels can react. Can do that. We could certainly try. Start building a case against the king. My argument will be focused on the king's gluttonous and irreverent fiscal policies. It's like a commitment to socio-political promises. Overall ineptitude and irresponsibility in all facets of his duties as a monarchical? I don't think I've ever said that word out loud before. Obviously it's monarch, as in like, yeah, monarchical ruler. And obviously, it's a denial of universal suffrage. Obviously. How am I supposed to defend the king from all that? You can't. You try to argue with logic and facts. This hypothetical trial will inevitably result in a landslide guilty verdict. So I suggest you take a different approach. Appeal to the king's character. Yeah, we're getting the king killed. Why do I have a feeling we're just gonna walk around and just learn about how terrible he is from, like, literally everybody that's talked to him? I was like, I don't feel like this was really thought through. Yeah. Oh. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I got distracted because I was double-checking a fact. So I was confusing it with the Man in the Iron Mask briefly. But it turns out it's from the same author. So I feel okay. I feel okay about that, chat. Okay. I feel like that's fine. They're in the same installment. That's fine. He hasn't been called the Citizen King for like 10 years. It's just a suggestion. But consider this. You don't need to win the case. Just need to make a strong enough argument the trial is fair. Uh-oh. I saw somebody redeem the first. Welcome, Draken. All that remains is ensuring the king can be peacefully brought to the courthouse when the protests start to turn violent. So we're essentially just plotting to kill the king. Is that what's happening here? Because there is no way, if we isolate the king from his palace and the time moments before revolution, that this guy is gonna survive. We're definitely, yeah, goodbye aristocracy, chat. So I think no matter what we do here, he's dead. How hard should we actually genuinely try this trial? That's the real question. That's a job for the police and royal guard. I'll inform Inspector Voloretti of our plans so we can prepare accordingly. At least, I would if I could find him. Inspector Voloretti is missing. Apparently, he's taken informal leave of absence since Wednesday. Hold on, Falcon. One thing eludes me. As you probably figured, Inspector Voloretti had me perform an investigation into your past. Oh? He thought you were the Viridian killer, crazy as it sounds. Oh. I wonder if we are related to the Viridian killer. I'm sure when we see other endings, we'll... In fact, I imagine if we just let him stone cold die as the prosecutor, we're probably gonna turn out to be the killer, or at least related to the killer. And well, I'm sorry for doing that. It was quite invasive of me, but I can't help but wonder. Why did you change your name around 1830? Because I was ashamed, I suppose. Yeah, I wonder if it's his father or something. Had a family name to live up to. My grandfather was something of a successful lawyer. Oh no, not the something of us. He's something of a successful lawyer himself, chat. When I turned up to my classes at law school, people would gawp at me. They would say, wow, you have big shoes to fill. Possibly big human shoes. And your grandfather would be proud. But I was a terrible law student. Mediocre at best. I knew that, deep down, I would never be half the man my grandfather was. Well, if you eat enough, maybe you'll catch up. Fascinating. I had no idea. Who was your grandfather, if you don't mind me asking, Falcon? ... I don't like the fact that we didn't volunteer that information, chat. Uh-oh. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he was just another overly opinionated rebel who died in the old revolution. Yeah, it's like, I don't think that really cleared us. I think they just made it worse. I see. Let's not dilly-dally any longer. We have duties to carry out. Right. We're gonna find anecdotes, and we're gonna defend the king whether he likes it or not. A new day. Well, we have 6 locations and an unknown number of days. Let's go to everywhere except for the Palace of Justice. Let's go top down. A new day gets darker. You mean a new night? Welcome, Dango. Time for some shopping, Falcon. Maybe later. But now we need to find people who have spoken to the king. Venona passed through the halls on occasion, so if we're lucky. Oh no, not these two. Hey, messieurs, it's us, remember? We remember. Are you keeping well, madame? Are we not gonna, like, force her to give us our money back? Or, yeah, I was gonna say, they're not exactly endearing to us at this point in the story. Kill the child. Absolutely, never been better. What can I sell you today? information. Looking for positive stories about the king. I don't suppose that you have any. The king? No, I haven't got nothing to say about the king. The king's smelly egg thief. Quiet, child. You know what they say about the king having spies everywhere. Spies? Calm down, Sparrowson. The rumors of the king having an elaborate spy network are patently untrue. How do you explain the shutdown banquets, huh? Government's clamping down on anyone who dissents, you know. Let's get this conversation back on track. Joey, can you tell us why this king's a smelly egg thief? My name's not Joey. Nothing you need to concern yourselves, messieurs. Well said, please go on. Please, go on, madam. Don't worry, we aren't spies. At least, I don't think we are. I know, I trust you guys. See, a couple of years ago, we're running a shop. An antiques and odds and ends shop. And we had an egg. Oh, I was about to say, it's like a Fabergé egg. It was this golden egg. Super precious. Must have bought that thing for 200 francs. It's easily worth 10 times that. We're planning on making a nice tidy sum from it. Egg bear, indeed. See, an investment egg. What happened? Well, one day we were visited by the king, no less. No King Lufil showed an interest in our egg. Is it the thing he was holding in his cutscene? We're thinking this would be our chance to make bank, right? Then the geezer just goes off and waddles off with it. Without paying you. Oh yeah, he paid us all right. Love a coin that just says Britannia 1752 on it. At least I'm assuming that's a 5. What's this? The coin one of the King's Guard flipped our way. Is it even French? I think this is British. One of those crazy Imperial unit coins from a crazy Imperial country. I have no idea what the British-French exchange rate is. But can we buy this off you, madam? You wallet away and keep it. It's worthless to me. Sultan's coin has been added to your evidence folder. Looks like a 5. Tom was given a single British coin as a payment for a priceless golden egg. Losing the egg bankrupted us, put us out on the streets. Now we bounce back. Satan and Gunblade at your service. It's excellent to hear. Anyway, let's take our leave. Been a huge help, madam. We'll go kick that king's butt and get your egg back. Hold on, we're supposed to be the defense. Well, that went about as expected. As I said before, I don't think we're gonna find anybody that actually likes him. Oh, we can't revisit areas. Okay, this is easy enough. Well, then I'm gonna go to the scene? Question mark? Monsieur Kingly, we need your help. Finally. That time someone around here appreciated my skills. Your fishing skills, right? The term is angling, wise guy. This has nothing to do with fishing. Let me cut the preamble. Looking for people who have positive stories about the king. Would you happen to have any? Stories, huh? Come to the right guy. A whale of a story for you. Imagine it'd be more of a bird of a story, but that's fun. So, the other day I was fishing. Caught this monster of a catfish. It's 2 meters long, easily. Here we go. I caught a fish and it was this big. Oh, sure. Drag a 90-kilogram falcon out of the water and everyone buys it. I claim to catch one big fish and suddenly everyone's a skeptic. Please, continue your story, Monsieur Kingly. Oh, right. So anyway, the king of all people happens to be walking by with his entourage. They all clapped and cheered and came over to see the fish. Then the king says, I'm hungry. Let's cook this fellow up. And then they eat his bird companion. Oh, not quite. He just walks off with my fish. Can you believe that? Yeah, this king is dead, by the way, chat. He is. There is a 0% chance this king is leaving this trial alive. So we are basically just participating in regicide as far as I'm concerned. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I don't think we should pretend it's anything other than that. Can you believe that? I'll say yes. I can believe that. Seems like something a royal penguin would do. Do you at least get paid for your fish? Oh, yes. One of the royal guards was nice enough to flip 1 franc my way. 1 franc. May as well just flip the bird. No offense. See what they did there. Give him a redemption arc to rival Edgeworth? Oh, no. Aha! So the king supports the local fishing industry. I'm writing this down. I don't think getting paid 1 franc is good enough for a fish. Even back then. I don't think that's a good rate. Son's story has been added to the evidence folder. Yeah, those are some real creative liberties on that one, right, chat? I have no idea if the story will be of any use to us. We appreciate your time, Monsieur. Good day to you. I guess this one could technically be spun to support his financial decisions, even though it's really stupid. Bye, Monsieur Fisherman. Hey, don't call me a fisherman. He got his one gag out, chat. He did it. Okay. I'm gonna go to the library, who we're probably gonna talk to the librarian, who is a donkey. Hey, here we go. Nathan never lets us down for useful information. Are we just gonna learn the king is an idiot? I'm sure he's got something interesting and pleasant to say about the king. Right, chat? Sure, Falcon. I guess this is why you're a lawyer and not a detective, because that deductive reasoning is, I don't think it's working out for you. Yeah, oh boy, indeed is an understatement. Oh, it's you, messieurs. Perhaps you will surprise me today and actually ask to take out a book. I do love his sarcasm. Nope, just the usual today. And the stream of questions. You two need an encyclopedia. Well, go on then. Ask whatever drivel you want to ask. Being a good leader, have you ever met the king? I think we wanted stories about him, so I'm gonna start with have you ever met him? We'll probably be able to ask both, but I figure this one's more relevant to our things. This librarian is an yeah, I see what you did there, Dango. I'm kind of listening to the music, and then like it goes into the high-pitched note. I guess it's almost like mimicking Brang. Like it's kind of like a delayed hee-haw. You ever met King Louis Philip? I have. As a matter of fact, he occasionally drops by this library to check out books. Is it gonna be he likes looking for the pictures and pretty images? Is that where this is going? Unlike some people. What sort of books does he check out, Monsieur? Thick books. The last one he checked out was an expensive history of the Macedonian Empire. Is it just maps? I had no idea that His Majesty was interested in academic history. I'll make a note. King Louis Philip is a well-read and intelligent man. Must be said the books are usually returned with footprints on the covers. He's using them as a boost? Okay. This means lead to believe the king may just use them to stand on during speeches. Wow. Yeah, that's a ... That's even dumber than I thought it was going to be. I at least gave him credit that he was looking at it. Even if I was thinking it would be picture books, and it would just be pictures of maps and stuff like that. He just likes the colors. But wow, that's even worse. Oh. We'll just leave that part out. Aiton's story's been added to your evidence folder. Yeah, we're not exactly being impartial here with our evidence gathering either. We're pretty bad at this. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, let's ask if he's a good leader. Although, based off of what we heard so far, the answer is no. From your well-educated standpoint, is the king a good leader, as far as leaders go? Well, can't fault the king's pro-business spirit. The big industry leaders love him. Oh, this sounds promising. Of course, this comes at the expense of everyone who isn't the bourgeois? Borgie? I forget. Chat tells me every stream, and then we go on a break, and then I forget. But anyway, the merchant class. Not to be confused with the nobility, because we had a discussion on this before. The wealth divide is stronger than ever. It's like bourgeois, I think. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Chat has confirmed. Forget about socially progressive policies. The king signs off on all Gizit's backward-thinking policies. And of course, in terms of leadership and charisma, king is about as personable as a rotten pear. That'll do, monsieur. Simple no would have sufficed. That's all. That'll be all. Thank you for your time and patience, monsieur. Look forward to your next round of idiotic questions. ... I really do. Aww. He liked us the whole time. Well, we're about to be king killers, so... Again, we'll go to the Palace of Justice last. Let's go to the R&M Associates. Visitors, Monsieur Phelps! Visitors! If it isn't Monsieur Falcon and Monsieur Sparrowson, how may I help you two today? We're doing very well, Monsieur. We don't have much time. Let me cut to the chase. We're collecting positive anecdotes about the king. Do you happen to have any? Positive anecdotes? How curious. As it happens, I've met the king twice. This is not going well, Chad. Once, as you know, as in my Juan Corrido persona. Oh, right, of course. I don't think that story will be of any use to us. What was the other incident? I can tell you, but there is a price. Are you serious? You're such a money grabber. Fox has to eat, Monsieur. Well, good thing we have money, chat, so hopefully it doesn't charge too much here. Fine, fine. How much do you want? 40 francs sound good? 10,000. Well, I guess the gambling was for nothing in this playthrough. I'm sure there's a life lesson to learn in there somewhere. Sounds good. That's a bit much. We're gonna tell him it's a bit much. I, don't have that kind of money, Monsieur. Oh, no matter. Sure, you'll think of some way of repaying the debt. Between that and my medical bills, we should be able to afford basic things like food by the year 4000. Let's not worry about the debt for now, Messieurs. Let me just tell you the story. It was several years ago, 1841, I believe. Can you imagine if I could actually pay him? I'm pretty sure the game just says, no, stop, go get help. Right, Chad? It's like, no. This is the gambling addiction hotline. We're gonna advise you to call before continuing with the rest of the game. It's lingering around the Ile de la Cité. Okay, now I'm curious because I don't have a clue what this means. Island in the scene. Okay. I guess I could kind of see that. I was in the pursuit of an investigative lead, so it adopted the persona and outfit of a sickly beggar. That's when I was approached by the kind-faced man. It's the king himself. Took a 20-franc coin out of his pocket. I don't think he's gonna receive the 20-franc coin. What is he gonna do with it is the question. Is he gonna pay a guard to shoo him out of the way or something? The king gave money to a sick beggar. At least someone who looked like a sick beggar. That's great, we could use that. I'm not done, Monsieur. Yeah, it's not. There's no way it went to him. The king took out the coin and said, I know what it's like to be poor. When I was your age, I only had 1,000 of these to my name. Then he pocketed the coin and left. Yeah, Chad, see, this is where we would have had like a Twitch vote on whether you thought the king was gonna survive the trial. I don't think there's a point. I don't think there's a point in voting. It's over, chat. Game over. Oh. I'll make a note. Gave financial advice to the poor and needy. That is the most generous interpretation of that ever. Renard's story has been added to your evidence folder. We should just call this a pocket full of lies, because like pretty much none of this is good, but we're gonna spin so hard. Call it the spin central, chat. I hope that anecdote was of some use to you, Monsieur. It might be. I don't feel that we got 10,000 francs worth of material. I see, no matter. Keep me in mind if you ever see a potential client. We will. Have a pleasant day, Monsieur. Sparrowson is a true lawyer with the ability to bend the truth. I know, Phoenix needs to learn from that. Okay, let's go to Quinnell's, where everybody hates him, so I have no idea what story we're gonna get here. Ah, just the dodo I wanted to see. Madame Quinnell, quick question. You ever served the King of France? ... Good one, hun. That's hilarious. Me? Serving the king? Me? Would you like some wine, your majesty? I can't wait to serve the King of Denmark. I think that was a no. I think you might be right. Well, I guess we go to the drinking room, where all the rebels are gathered and hate us. Oh, the inspector's here. I did not expect him to be here, of all places. Oh, he's drunk, apparently. I saw the drunk little thing come up. Inspector Voloretti. ... Hello, Inspector. Swear to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Can you find the whole truth, exactly? Voloretti, ... Falcon! JJ Falco! Yes? I think I made a mistake. I'll say. We see 2 empty bottles of Russian vodka. The mystery how you're still standing. No. Listen. This is important. Inspector, maybe we should have this conversation when you're a little more sober. No, Falcon. Listen. Falcon. I thought you would have... The what? The Viridian Killer. The man who injured me in the July Revolution. Thought I was the Viridian Killer. How did you even come to that conclusion? Saw that you changed your name around 8:30, and I made an assumption. Wait, is that why you gave Severin a tip-off? You're trying to lure the animal out of me or something. Ah, yes, his inner killer bird. I'm sorry, Falcon. It was a mistake. Do you forgive me? Ooh. Chat, do you forgive him? He's very drunk. I'm not sure this matters. I figure chat deserves a little bone. Making a choice here. I see O and then yes. I'll say yes then. Yeah, sure. Forgive you for assuming that I'm a mass murderer and that for nearly killing me and Severin in order to prove it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Falcon. Now listen closely, Inspector. I have a favor to ask you. A favor? For you, JJ. Anything. Maybe we should wait until the Inspector is a little more coherent. No, I wanna help. I must pay my debt. Excellent. So, Severin and I are planning a case. A very big case against the King of France. We intend on trying him before the rebels can get their hands on him. When the rebellion starts, we'd like you to bring the king to the courthouse. Do you think you could do that? ... Inspector? ... Reason! You're sympathizers to the rebel cause. This isn't treason, Inspector. It kind of really is treason, though, seriously. We're ensuring the safest outcome to an inevitable revolution. Yeah, that's definitely treason talk. You are You are treason. You are treason. You scum! Told you, incoherent. Yeah, I guess you're right, Sparrowson. Well, Inspector, maybe you should contact us if you change your mind, once you've sobered up. No, I'm not here to play cards. Not today. No, I don't have time for one quick game. Wow, they even try to bait you into hitting yes. Nice try. Yeah, we're ready to leave. I'm assuming 100 francs will let me do whatever I want in case it somehow comes up. Like bribing a guard or something. Could be important. Well, let's go to the Palace of Justice, I guess. We got as much as I think we could get. Excuse me, Judge Maxime. Oh, hello, Falcon. Nice work on that catacombs business. What is really spread about your impromptu luring skills? Really? I'm gaining a reputation? Hey, I helped too. Of course you did, Robinton? Sparrowson? Right, Sparrington. Judge Maxime, I don't suppose Monsieur Cocorico has filled you in on what we've been working on since then? No, he hasn't. How to put this? We're bringing down the king? Okay, chat, you get to decide. Do we just tell the judge we're doing this? Or are we trying to be diplomatic here, chat? I want you to decide again. So we can either say A, we're bringing down the king, or B, we're planning a trial of sorts. Uh-oh, chat's pondering it. We only have 4 stories. Hopefully I got everything I could get. Something of a trial planner? Oh no. Damn, I'm lost as Draken. Let's plan a trial then. I was gonna say, we let chat decide for a little bit. Poor Draken. Draken wanted to go all in. Unfortunately, I was taking a drink, or else I would have immediately selected Draken's option. Bringing down the king would be fun. We've been to jail once this session already. True. We're planning a trial of sorts. Down on forming a case against, the king. Right, and, we want you to adjudicate. Trial against the king? Interesting. What are his exact charges? I'm not sure, to be honest. That's more like Seravin's territory. You aren't quite sure of that, then I don't think you're quite prepared for the trial. Maybe we should leave this to lawyers who have a little more experience. I see. Well, thank you anyway. Make a move, Sparrowson. What about our judge? Doesn't matter. Focus on building a solid defense case for the king, and we can wing it from there. You could even hold the trial without any judges at all. It's Cocorico, me, and the king in the middle. Strange, Falcon. You're like your grandfather, and yet you're nothing like him. Wait, you knew my grandfather? Well, I wouldn't say knew. Just a teenager when he was causing havoc in the courtrooms. But of course, I am familiar with his work. Falcon, I find your career choice peculiar. Your grandfather worked so hard to prosecute King Louis XVI. Here you are, rigorously working to defend your own king. Just like him, you make an excellent prosecutor. Why did you choose the rocky path of the private defender? Chat, what do you think our inner motive is as the character? Should we respond with A, I wanted to leave his shadow, or B, I wanted to bring some balance? We're saying, like, I like how prior to this chapter he didn't come up at all, and now suddenly everyone's calling Sverdian Killer bringing up her grandpa. I think Full already brought it up. He did bring it up the first time we talked to him, I think. But we haven't really interacted very much with Vol already. Outside of previous chapter. I feel like the Leave His Shadow was the reason we left the... Why we changed our name. But why we wanted to be a defender might be more Phoenix Wright-ish. And more pertaining to the previous one. So if chat doesn't have a selection, I'll say I wanted to bring some balance. I feel like this is probably the most canonically accurate, given his response in the previous trial was about making sure things were fair, or at least that's how we answered the trial previously. I'll do it for consistency. Chat saying balance. Let's do that. Not entirely sure, but I think it's about balance. My grandfather led the way with his prosecutional techniques, but I always wondered where the equality was. Who speaks for the other side? That's an interesting approach. Oh, just look at the time. I'm due back in the courtroom. But before I go, let me say that I'd be happy to adjudicate your trial, Falcon. Really? It's fantastic. Thank you, Your Honor. No trouble. Show me what the grandson of Maximilian Robespierre is capable of. Sphere? Has that come up before? I mean, I'm pretty sure that is a actual historical figure, just for chat clarity. They did not make up that name out of nowhere. I'm pretty sure he was just like what they were saying he was. Anyway, let's go back to our offices for now. Sign on the door reads, the Aviary attorney offices, no case is too big or too small, no junk mail. There we go. What's the plan for today? In the Louvre? Checking out the hall, maybe? Actually, I was thinking. Severin, how rude. Don't they teach you to knock? No time for bickering, JJ, it's time. Time? For what? The trial, you dunce. Already? Large protests have started to form at the Palace de la Concorde. No doubt it'll turn into an unruly mob before long. The spirit of revolution is in the air. Must act now. I'm gonna start the necessary preparations at the courthouse. I need you to get the king from the Palais Royal. Want me to drag the king to the courthouse? Not even sure I could drag him from his chair. Use diplomacy, you dolt. I'm sure you'll think of something. Right. Come along, Sparrowson. We have a king to defend. Well, I guess we're going to the palace. No longer just a royal estate, the Palace Royal has become a functional bourgeois meeting spot. There we go, chat. Falcon and Sparrowson rush across the city. Scores of angry eyes watch the pair's every movement. Bocarrico was right. The spirit of revolution was in the air. Outside the Palace Royal, a crowd has started to form. Royal guards watched in nervous anticipation. 3,600 and... Save it. We're number one. You again? Shouldn't you be in jail? Yeah, see, I feel like he's rocking back and forth with the egg he stole, by the way. In his very weird human hands. There's no time for that nonsense. Your Majesty, we need you to come with us. Why? There's a sale of fish at the halls. There's a group of angry rebels outside. There's a trial you need to attend. I guess we could try... would not make him leave, so it's between A and C. I feel like he would know he's not going to La Hall. Maybe I could convince him it's A. He does like fish. I'm gonna try A, and if it doesn't work, we'll try chat's option. There's a trial. Oh, why didn't you say so? I love trials. Oh, am I needed to give a testimony? Please say it's so. As a matter of fact, yes, Your Majesty. I think you will need to give a testimony. There's a time for nonsense. Nonsense is what makes the world fun. There we go. Oh, goody, goody, goody. Oh, what are we waiting for? Let's go. Well, I guess we just continue onwards. Did anyone spot us? I don't think so. It's still early. The crowds are only just starting to form. Any luck, we could get this trial over with before anyone realizes what's going on. You... Uh-oh. You treasonous scumbags. You actually captured the king. Captured? Clearly a joke, Your Majesty. Very subtle, I like it. So it's true. Do intend to hold a trial. Your actions are utterly despicable. You're on the same level as the filthy rebel dissenters. You intend to stop us, Inspector? He dots. On any other day I would. You're rotten lawbreakers through and through. I want nothing more than to see you tried and punished for your treacherous stances. But I owe a debt to you, Falcon, and to Monsieur Cocorico. So, you'll let us pass. I've ordered for a dozen National Guards to set up a perimeter around the entrance of the Palace to Justice. The rebels will inevitably catch word the king is here. They will try to storm the building, and when they do, we'll be ready to hold them off. It's amazing. Thank you, Inspector. Go on, before I change my mind. Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Should I be standing here? Am I in the right place? Where you are is perfect, Your Majesty. Now is everyone here? AJ Falcon, present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Severin Cocorico, present. Execution is ready, Your Honor. Oh, this'll be good. I wonder who's on trial. Are all the jury here? It'd be funny if we turn over and we just see 6 wolves. No, it's actually somewhat... No, it's the same jury as before. Wow, jury pools kind of suck in this universe. It's like the same people on like 3 different trials in the same year. That kind of sucks. All present and accounted for, Your Honor. Excuse me. I think seems to be in order. Court is now in session for the trial of King Louis Philip. Oh, that's me. Oh, wait, what? Calm down, Your Majesty. Simply prosecuting you for a short list of 32 crimes against the French people. Oh, it's only a short list. I'm sure it'll be fine. What is this madness? Did you set me up to this? Well, yes and no. For your defense, Your Majesty. I'm so confused. The process is simple. I'll state a charge that is being leveled at you and present my evidence for the charge. You and your defense will then have the opportunity to present your own counter-evidence. I'm even more confused. Let us do the talking, Your Majesty. We're doing this for your own good. Wouldn't want you end up like old Louis XVI now, would we? Let us proceed. Prosecution, present the first charge. King Louis Philip, You're being charged with neglecting the lower classes of the nation. Your continued support of Gazette's outdated policies have resulted in an ever-growing wage gap. Poverty is rampant. Animals are forced to turn to begging, thievery, and burglary just to survive. How do you justify this vile attitude? Goodness, you're going straight for the jugular, aren't you? I'm a good person. I don't hate poor people. I feel mild contempt for them, certainly, but don't we all? Truly, he will survive this trial, Chad. He's doing his best. Please, allow me to do the talking, Your Majesty. Severin, the king is far kinder to poor people than the general populace has been led to believe. Some would even describe him as a general philanthropist. What, were they describing him as that on opposite day? I don't think anybody's ever called him that. Like Dragon says he's trying his best, it's certainly something. Who would describe him as a general philanthropist? Yeah, I was gonna say, no one, literally no one we've talked to. Oh, man. Some would. You're going to have to do better than that. Show me an example. Just one example of the king being generous to a poor person. Whose evidence was whose? Nathan, Sutton, Cassant, probably Renard. Like, technically he gave financial advice, in giant air quotes. I would like to present this story. The account of a person who was a sick and starving beggar. One day, this beggar was approached by the king. Did the king offer the beggar money? No. He offered something far better. He offered the beggar financial advice. It's true. I did do that. Where was that beggar now? Runs a successful business that could pull 40 francs from a single client transaction. I feel like that's more of a personal statement because we paid him that earlier. Amazing. The ex-beggar attributes... Oh, the ex-beggar attributes, not attributes, attributes the king for his radical transformation. Well, he didn't say so directly, but it was implied. Interesting. You mind telling us the name of this person? I would rather not. Wow. I don't think it really matters. What do you think, chat? Should we say I'd rather not, or actually say his name? I guess we technically wrote his name. I guess we should technically say it was him, but it's looking pretty bad. I mean, if he got summoned to court, we would be destroyed in cross-examination. But if we don't tell him the name, then we lose on the spot. So I don't know. Why not? Let's throw it out there. He's a man named Renard Volps. Oh, Renard Volps. The trickster and con artist who runs that deplorable private investigation service. You're familiar with him. Of course. Fox has been meddling in trials and disturbing investigations for years. This is the caliber of person that is produced by the king's financial advice. And we should all be deeply concerned. Oh dear. Outside the Palace Royale, protesters charge at the building's gates, effortlessly overcoming the royal guards. Looters take the opportunity to overrun and ransack the building. Where on earth is that accursed king? Piero! No sign of him, ma'am. Rumors that he's gone and fled the building. Same as Gizit. The Prime Minister and the King both fled before we even started our assault. How is that even possible? Madame Beaumont, found someone who may be of use. Oh dear. Royal Guard. Nice find, Fontaine. Speak, duck. Tell us where your king is. Ah, you think me a common turncoat? I would have you know that I am the mighty Officer Beck. I would sooner die than betray my country. I was gonna say, I feel like he's won a line from, she pulls the gun with her right arm out, aims at him, and says, so be it. Right, chat? Like, right? I'm just saying, I'm not surprised. I called the gun hand. It's bad. It's not looking good for him. She goes, okay. Now the question is, will he be able to tell and rat out the location before he gets shot? That's the real moment of truth. Okay, so he did manage to rat it out. Okay. I wasn't sure if she'd just be like, wait, no, and then got shot. I could see it either way on that one, chat. The Palace to Justice. A couple lawyers came and took him to the Palace to Justice. That was easy. Hero, Fontaine, gather the crowd. We're marching on the Palace to Justice. What are we up to? Charge 12. Please continue, prosecutor. Very well. King Louis Philip, stand accused of crushing small businesses in favor of supporting wealthier industry giants. Oh no, it's gonna be the fishing story thing. Such a nepotic? I mean, I usually hear of nepotism being described there. Well, anyway. So I guess on charges of him being nepotic, we go, I disagree. As a self-made businessman, the king has constantly shown his support for all businesses, big and small. Another ludicrous assertion from the defense. Prove me wrong, JJ. When has the king ever shown support for grassroots businesses? Okay, where's the fisherman's story? I'd like to present this story. It's the account of a fisherman. Angler, who recently caught an enormous catfish from the scene. Some say the fish was as large as 2 meters. Upon catching the fish, the king congratulated the man and offered him compensation for his efforts. Compensation for his efforts? You mean he bought the fish? In so many words, yes. Well, putting aside how weak an example that is of a man supporting local businesses, I see a much more pressing issue. There's no way that a fisherman caught a 2-meter catfish from the sign. I love how that's the point of contention every time. What if he had killer bait? Like, say, a box of high-end chocolates. Ludicrous. Nobody would be stupid enough to use chocolates as fishing bait. I think this is in reference to something we didn't do on our playthrough, but remember, Chad, how we could have gone to the chocolate shop when we were building the fishing thing and putting all the pieces together, and the other guy required bait? I think we could have given the guy chocolates at that point, but I don't think we did that in the playthrough. You guys can't be serious. Outside the doors of the Tribunal de Grand, Inspector Volaretti watches the ever-growing crowd of protesters. The National Guard poise their bayonets, keeping the angry mob at bay. Disgusting rabble, a lot of them. Oh, looks like the guards are letting someone through. An emissary of the rebels. Perhaps one who considers themselves the leader. Are you the officer in charge of this barricade? I am. Came to talk to you directly. I feel we can settle this maturely. No violence, no casualties. Wouldn't that be marvelous? I only have one demand. That is, that you stand aside and let me escort the king out the building. Grant me that, and I will order the crowd to disperse. Already, ... I don't know if this is your first revolution, mademoiselle, but it certainly isn't mine. Your protesters want the king. They'll have to get past the line of National Guards. I don't think your people have the skill, equipment, or raw numbers to accomplish such a feat. Few more ... Already ... Well, it's going well. I believe we're up to the last charge, are we not? Correct. Charge 32. King Louis Philip, you're accused of being an imbecile, mentally unfit to run this country. No need to get personal. It isn't a crime to be an idiot, Severin. Thankfully, if it were, we'd all be doing hard time right now. Legal, no. But it does raise the question of why we're giving an idiot so much power. Let's not follow the example of Great Britain. Let the Mad King, George III, rule for decades past his prime. King Louis Philip is neither mad nor stupid. He's an intelligent and competent individual. Yeah, okay. I'll have you know that I'm only confident on prune days. I'm don't think that's helping his cause. Your Majesty, please. You've chosen an impossible battle, JJ. The king's idiocy is widely accepted. I urge you to prove me wrong. Show me one shred of evidence that the king is not a blithering idiot. I guess we could say he's an avid reader as he stands on books. I'd like to present this account given by a local librarian. He asserts the king is somewhat of an avid reader. Again, something of an avid reader. Listen, this phrase just keeps coming up, chat. Is this the new One Piece? Is something of a... Are we gonna have a separate counter for this? It's like the 9th time this has come up across 2 games. This is outrageous. Picture books don't count, JJ. See, I thought it was picture books too. I got baited. Oh, I had no idea that An Expansive History of Macedonian Empire was a picture book. The king has been known to check out as many as a dozen thick books in a single day, covering a whole range of subjects. Face the facts, Severin. The king is an educated man. Perhaps a test is in order. That won't be necessary. What was the name of the book you mentioned? Expensive History of the Macedonian Empire? Tell me, Your Majesty, where is Macedonia? You and Kokoriko are on the same page, one with pictures? Yeah, pretty much. Where? Yes, I'll make it easy. Tell the name of the continent. What continent is Macedonia in? That's pretty bad if you can't even at least name the continent. Full of ... You could do this, Your Majesty. It's a 1 in 7 shot. Can he really do it? I mean, I would hope you wouldn't name Antarctica. Right, Chad? At least roll out some of the Americas. It shouldn't be that bad. Post Pangea, yeah, exactly. Love ... I went to say Africa. Oh my god. But I've got it. London. Painful. Oh, mon Dieu. I think we're done here, Your Honor. London's a pretty bad guess when you're asked what continent is Macedonia on. As I've demonstrated in excruciating detail, the king is incompetent.
You're pretty much screwed.
He is pretty much screwed. Lazy, stupid, and occasionally malicious. England is my city. There we go. He isn't fit to run a bakery, let alone a nation. Very well, prosecutor. Does the defense have anything to add? Oh no! Oh no! We can add something to this disaster of a trial. What would we? Okay, if I select yes, it's Eagle Land. Yeah, you're right. Damn, chat's right. It was an Eagle Land all this time. I mean, I kind of want to see what happens if we say yes. Yeah, let's dig the hole deeper. I agree, chat. Yes, Your Honor. I've got nothing. I like how I said yes and immediately goes, I'm all out of ideas. I haven't even started. So we're not off to a good start. I've got nothing. Defended this man to the best of my abilities, and I have nothing more to say. Very good. Then I shall now converse with the jury. I was kind of hoping we would say something. Shall determine precisely which crimes the king is guilty of, and decide on an appropriate punishment. Punishment? Lawyer man, you have to do something. I'm scared. Calm down, Your Majesty. The whole purpose of this trial was to see that your punishment is fair and fitting. Right? Okay, chat. How many sentences do you think it's gonna be before we inevitably say sentence to death, death by guillotine? What do you feel in chat? 8 sentences? 10? 12? Feel in your heart. How much exchange do you think it will be before the jury finds you guilty? Just think about it, chat. Let's see how close we are together. I'm gonna guess around 8. Not going to end up with your head on a spike. At least I don't think you will. Let's go with 1. Oh, they cut away. Oh, that's all. Everybody guessing just got wrecked because it cut away from the courtroom scene. I don't know if I count that. We kind of went to something tangential. Okay, we'll say one sentence so far. We're going to put it on hold, though. Bill already says, the Mademoiselle is returning. How naive. Negotiations are over, Mademoiselle. Once again, I ask that you let me pass. Let me extract the king without issue, and then we shall be on our way. I warn you, the protesters are getting rowdy. Any moment now, they might charge on their own accord. Your commitment to pacifism is admirable, but you're brimming with naivety, Mademoiselle. Be on your way. ... Uh-oh, an unknown figure is talking to her? Who would be talking to her? Would it be the Fox Priest? Or not Fox Priest, Wolf Priest? Because I'm pretty sure we killed the other guy, so I don't know who this is. Oh, unless this is the lion guy. It could also be the lion guy. Tisk tisk. I warned you that your methods were too passive, madam. It fell voice. Show yourself, wolf. Oh no, it was the wolf. Okay. I was right the first time. Shouldn't have second-guessed myself, chat. You're the friar who gave me the tip-off about the Croque Monsieur. Is my information no good, Inspector? Did I not say how and when you could reach the Croque Monsieur? You omitted a few details. Your words almost killed a few acquaintances of mine. Well, Inspector, it seems that you and I agree on something. This wolf has a forked tongue. There's no need to direct your hatred at me, madam. I came here to give you a gift, a peace offering. You have nothing to offer. I most certainly do. You know the tunnels of the sleeping city wind straight under the Palace of Justice. It's true. When we're to put enough gunpowder in the right spot, I could even take an entire side of the building down. What are you prattling on about? Much gunpowder do you think it would take, madam? 50 kilograms? 100? Maybe 200 kilograms, just to be safe. Friar, tell me you didn't. Fuse is lit. In 20 seconds, the pillars of the Palace of Justice will fall like the Temple of Dagon. Oh, time to run. Running will do you no good. You brother-killing pute. You're bluffing. There'll be no explosion. You would like that to be the case, wouldn't you, Inspector? But unfortunately for you, the Viridian Killer emerges one last time. You... Well, I guess we got confirmation who the Viridian Killer was. Mystery solved there. It was the Friar. I guess that kind of makes sense. I must congratulate you, JJ. No, Falcon. You argued excellently. I'm as unsure of the Penguin's fate as you are. You're unsure? Really? Oh, chat, okay. Okay. Oh yeah, chat. Oh yeah. Anyway, it's been like 3 lines of dialogue for chat's trying to keep track here. But one thing is for certain. You could not have done your job any better. Thank you, Cocorico. After a small amount of deliberation, we've come to a decision. We find the defendant, King Louis Philip, to be... You know what the sad part is, Chad? If I was counting correctly, where the hyphen was and it would have announced the verdict actually would have literally been 8 lines. Right, chat? I got robbed. I actually got robbed there. That was so rude. Line number 7 and then it cuts off. We're excluding the not related to courtroom chat. Mon Dieu, what was that? An explosion. It sounded like it came from right outside. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but well, in a matter of speaking, how to put this? For pity's sake, spit it out, Monsieur. Rebels! It's the rebels! There's a big explosion at the entrance, and rebels are pouring into the building as we speak. You heard the rabbit. Everyone clear out. Your Honor, quickly. What was the verdict? Really, in a time like this? No better time. Exile. Now get out of here. Court is adjourned. Wow, he didn't get guillotined. But I guess the rebels could capture him and guillotine him. So, there's still hope that he gets guillotined and it still ends up the same way. Just call it more steps in between. ... A valiant effort, Falcon, but we're out of both time and options. Rebels want the king so badly they could take him. You can't say that! ... Brewster's got a point, Falcon. Just turn the king over and let him receive his dues. We've done all we can. Falcon ... No. To give up far too easily. Sparrowson, Coco Rico, we're escorting the king to R&M Associates. Bernard's place, what could he do? Anyone has the power to make the king disappear. Be that conniving fox. Yeah, that might work. Just come along, your majesty. Oh dear, oh dear. Come on, Cocorico. No time to dawdle. I'm staying. If there'd be any chance of your ridiculous plan succeeding, someone must stay behind to delay the rebels. Rico. Go. I've got this. Falcon ... Good luck. That damn wolf nearly killed a lot of us. You're the one harboring the king. A pleasure to see you again too, madam. Don't get snarky. Where is he? You're too late. The king has long left the building. For all I know, he could be halfway to Guadalupe. Guadalupe? Or, yeah, I always say Guadalupe, but I think it's Guadalupe by now. So, he's already gone. Damn. There goes my opportunity to enact justice. Enact justice. Should have seen the trial, madam. Everything was official, professional, and logical. It's the most brilliant display of justice I've ever seen. But the king is in the process of receiving a fitting punishment. Few more ... Cocorico, did my father receive a fitting punishment when you were the prosecutor at his trial 10 years ago? Welcome, FAF. Hope you're doing well. No, madam. But every day since then, I've strived towards justice, and I shall continue to do so for the rest of my days. Few more ... See that you do. Do hurry up, your majesty. This is taking forever. You aren't going any further. I had a feeling it was the friar. That friar! Not going to let you take another step towards the king. Come for the king. I came to kill you, JJ Falcon. Very well. Harrelson, take the king and hurry to Renard's. I'll handle this monster. Are you sure that you'll be okay? I can handle one crippled wolf. Okay, come on, your majesty. Huff. That explosion at the courthouse. That wasn't just the rebels, was it? Of course not. That was to take out the murderous pute who killed my brother. Madame Beaumont. She was the madam who pulled the trigger, but it was your words that sentenced him. Pro the king, Adam? Maybe. I would do it again. You and your brother are heinous individuals. Tell us what you like. It doesn't matter anymore. Your blood must pay for his. An eye for an eye. That is the way of the judges of old. You don't appear armed. I don't need a gun or a sword to kill you. There are 100 kilograms of gunpowder beneath our very feet. One more step, and this entire area will go... Vile scum. Inspector, just in time. You look a little singed. Did you hear that explosion, Monsieur Volps? I did. Seems the rumors are true, Mousy. The revolution is in full swing. Go on, get in there. Visitors, Monsieur Volps, visitors! I wonder who... Oh my. King Louis Philip. Good afternoon, your majesty. How are you, Monsieur Volps? I am. And this is my companion, Mousy. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Majesty. I must admit, I rarely have a gentleman of your caliber in this office. Please, have a seat. Mousy, fetch His Majesty some tea. He's never gonna finish the tea. Right away! Unlike Suikoden Chad, he is never drinking the tea. Here you can make people disappear. Ah, yes. A new identity, a new face. Indeed, I can make that happen. Of course, there is a price. How much? Normally, such a service would cost 100 francs, but for Your Majesty, 10,000. 10,000 francs? Don't carry that sort of money on my person. Sure, you could find a way. Oh, is he really gonna take the... Is it actually gonna be the golden egg that's worth 10 times the amount? I was saying before, I thought that was the egg he was holding. That would be kind of a funny way for it to go. Yeah, okay, yep, okay, it is going that way. I'm glad the egg came back, chat. I'm glad the egg came back. Crown on your head and egg in your hand would surely be enough to pay for this exquisite service. You're a crook, Monsieur Phelps. Now, let's not call each other names. We're both grown men. Now let's see, you'll need a disguise. Ah, here we go. We'll put this on. It's... Question mark, how do I look? I feel like we should question mark that disguise. It's certainly something. Mousy, would you come in here for a moment, please? What is it, Monsieur Phelps? Oh, who's this cockatoo? Where did King Louis Philip go? Wow, these people are just blind. See, Your Majesty. Who is that new character exactly? It's that convincing. Of course. We'll have to give you a new name and identity to match your new look. We need a name that is original, yet ordinary. Subtle, yet exquisite. John Smith. Brilliant, Mousy. Monsieur, your name is now John Smith. Very subtle there. It's kind of like Jane Doe. Just real classic name there. You're an upstanding English gentleman. Je m'appelle John Smith. That's no good. You have to work on your English accent. Repeat after me. My name is John Smith. My name is John Smith. Well, did you grow up in London, Your Majesty? Your accent is impeccable. Really? I like his name changed to John Smith there. Tell him, Mousy. Well, I didn't understand any of it. That must have been perfect English. This is certainly a way to confer it. Disguise, name, accent. I think we're all set. Are you ready, Mr. Smith? I don't think so. Of course you're ready. Flee, Monsieur, flee. Take a horse to Calais. From there, hire a boat to take you to the shores of England. You think you'll make it to England, Monsieur Phelps? With that disguise, Mousy, I think our client would be lucky to make it down the street. Come on, let's return this egg to Sautan. Nice, he recognized where it was from. I like that. Well, I guess we're gonna go witness our ending. Come on, Birdbrain, time's a-wasting. Well, look who it is. Up already? Give me a break. My legs are killing from running all over Paris. Besides, not a case of a century. We're allowed one day to relax. Let's play some Jacques Noir. No! I don't want to play Jacques Noir. No! Right, chat? No! Bad ending. Nuh-uh. Look at this stack of mail we have to reply to. Thank you, Sparrowson. Please save me from Jacques Noir. Mail? Inspector already asked us to sign off on some paperwork regarding the death of Friar Remus. Kokorika wants us to arrange a lunch to discuss potential future collaborative projects. Madame Beaumont has asked us to establish a constitution for the Second Republic, if you could believe that. Plus, we have like a dozen requests for legal work from other citizens of Paris. This word was gotten around about our involvement in the King's trial, huh? Sparrow's the voice of reason, apparently. Mon Dieu. So much to do. But all I want is to take a holiday. If only he had a Jet 2 holiday, chat. If only. Hey, Falcon. I think we're about to see some changes. Changes? The old king is gone. Prime Minister's resigned. Second Republic is kicking off. Just saying. You think this could be the start of a new era of peace for Paris? There you go, chat. You are given 3 options. Option 1, yes. Option 2, no. Or option 3, embrace your JRPG protagonist and you ... him. What are you feeling in your heart, chat? Do you think this is a new era of peace as we elect, I guess, somewhat quasi-mentally stable people in office? Or is history doomed to repeat itself? I take the red option. I don't know what the red option means. I didn't name a color. We'll give chat a moment. I'm gonna just reflect on the money we ended with. Oh, red from Pokemon. Oh, that makes a bit more sense. We're gonna ... then. ... No idea, huh? Me neither. France has a scary unwritten future ahead of it. Oh, here's our ending credits, presumably. But enough talk about politics, Sparrowson. Let's go pick up some breakfast. Sounds good. Feel like pain au chocolat. A game by Sketchy Logic, chat. There we go. We got to our ending. Based on the characters on our JJ Granville. Compositions of Camille's Saint Sains? Saint Sains? I thought about that for a second. I guess it would be said very similarly. Animated, written, and tested by one person? That would explain some things. The animation's okay. The testing needs a little work. So I guess we'll give a quick final thought at some point, but I think we'll try to see some other endings before we do that. Special thanks to all the patient Kickstarter. Oh, this was a Kickstarter game? This game would have been possible without you. The more you know, chat. See that? We're learning real time, even in the credits. Extra thanks to Internet Archives and Wikimedia Commons. Wow, what an interesting shout out to put in a game. Thin, as opposed to human hand. You've reached the end of Route B. Gillette, which I did double check, and I think it does mean equality. The ending you receive is determined by the decisions you made in Chapter 3. Try tackling the trial in the catacombs differently in order to see a different ending. Thank you for playing Aviary Attorney. Okay. I think what we'll do is, for now, we're going to leave it where it is. I don't think we're going to tackle the other endings tonight. We're gonna let it stew for a little bit. Shat gets to think about some of the endings we see in the future. Yeah, hopefully the other things won't go too terribly. So we know that there's at least 2 other options we can do. One is fail the trial, because we were told not to fail the trial. And then there was an option that looked like we could just let the prosecutor get shot. So we'll be exploring those, I think, next time that we play. I think it was a good pace. And I think from the standpoint of the game itself, final thoughts on that particular chapter, it went about as expected. I didn't quite get it line for line for some of the things, but it was pretty close. Interestingly, they didn't talk about the king getting executed or caught, though. Like, they kind of alluded he was going to die, but they didn't, like, explicitly tell us the king died. Do you know what I mean? That was more the shocking part to me. We didn't see news about him getting executed or whatever. But hey, who knows? I guess we'll have to see what future lies in store for us next time. But for now, chat, let's go ahead and say goodbye to YouTube before we go on a short break and switch games. So with that, I'm going to say thanks for watching, and I guess hope to see you again next time as we tackle the remaining endings in Aviary Attorney.